We've moved. And this is a little unusual. Oh wow. Well, I think that's a little rude. Dearie me. Anyway. Okay. Oh my word, there's more over here. Deer, not people. Okay, so we are on an island, and Lisa's saying that we didn't bring our carrots with us. Do deer eat carrots anyway? I mean, are they supposed to eat carrots? Not, because they're supposed to eat grass, aren't they? Anyway, where are we? Well, Google island where the deer are tame and eat carrots and lettuce. That fellow looks as though he's got a couple of bottle tops on his head. Oh yeah, that's where the antlers were, right? So oh, there's another one. So the antlers have, I guess, been removed. And as you can tell, these fellas simply do not care about human beings whatsoever. There's another one. Oh, this one's got a couple of antlers. Look at this. Check these fellas out. Well, they're not all fellas, of course. 6 of them there. Oh, there's one over there. Oh. Wow. Absolutely no fear of humans whatsoever.
This is a problem for them.
Which may, which may not be a good thing.
You know, they're getting used to like asking for food, digging through rubbish. It's a problem for the island.
Yes, island indeed feasts, and this island has a World Heritage Site, which is just, you can see it. Well, I can see it. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's where we are heading next. And then you know where we are if you don't already know it. Anyway. Well, and here we are, still on the same island, and we were over there. We just wandered around there. See the pagoda there. Anyone know the difference in a Chinese and a Japanese pagoda, or any of the others? I don't. I'm sure there must be. I think I read that some of them got 4 tiers and some of them got 5, but I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, where are we? Well, we are in the bay. I don't know how good that is, right? Yeah, this is the bay out here. And as some of you may know, I like to visit, well, we both like to visit World Heritage Sites. Been to quite a few, I suppose. But there's quite a few left, because every year they add another 30 or so. And a lot of them probably shouldn't be World Heritage Sites, but are. And that may be because of politics, I don't know. Anyway, where are we? So this here is part of this island of Miyajima, which is south of Hiroshima. And today's Sunday, so there's a lot of people here today. A lot of school kids probably on trips or this sort of thing. So that makes things a bit busier. You know, some of the queues are a bit longer and what have you. Anyway, now we have a little bit of peace and quiet. And why, you ask, are people posing for photographs, as you can see there. Because what's there, you ask? Well, let's have a deco. This thing here is a shrine. It's a World Heritage Site. Begins with T. Please don't ask me to say what it is. But I'm sure if you just Google World Heritage Site Miyajima, it will come up. Now I should say, oh, there we go.
Otori Gate.
Okay, okay.
Itsu Kushiyama Shrine.
Did you get that?
Okay guys, that's the Otori Gate in the water. And this shrine complex here is called Itsu Kushiyama Shrine.
Now I should say, as you can see, that it's out there a little bit. There are boats, well there is a boat out there with some people wearing those kind of Vietnamese style hats. And they start from there, and after they've visited the shrine they'll go off to the ride a bit and then come back. And there you can see a ferry. That's just come across from the mainland over there. And that's right, and where the ferry port is, it's right next door to one of the what's it called? It was M39 on the streetcar, which is the very southern terminal of that. I think it's line number 2, but it's also close to the southern terminal. No, sorry, maybe not the terminal. Anyway, the JR train also has a stop over there as well, and it's all really close. So it's really easy. Now the other thing about this is that this is all tidal here. So of course there's 2 high tides a day, 2 low tides a day, and when it is at low tide, it is possible to walk out to the shrine. Now the low tide this morning, it was at its lowest. I think it was 7:19, and therefore about 12 hours later it will be at its next low tide. So of course it's dark then. So I don't know. Of course now we're in February, so maybe in the summer that's more doable.
I have some information.
Oh, information from the priests here.
The vermilion color of this shrine and of the Otori gate is considered to keep evil spirits away.
So we can't go then?
We're not evil.
Oh.
Okay, and the Itsukushiyama shrine is dedicated to the 3 Munakata goddesses, Ichikishiniheim, Tagitsuheim, Tagoriheim, and the goddesses are worshipped as deities of the sea, traffic safety, fortune, and accomplishment.
Well, jolly good. Did you know that, or did you read it?
I've read it.
Anyway, yeah, so 2 low tides a day. So if you are interested in walking out to it, obviously you don't have to wait for the exact lowest point of the tide. I mean, if the low point this morning, say, was at 7:19, I dare say you could, walked out a little bit after that, and of course walk back in again. It's not that far. The rest of the time, do you remember when we were in Jersey?
Yes.
When we walked out to that castle and then we had to take that thing back. But there's other places like that, like Lindisfarne, the Holy Island in the north of England, St Michael's Mount in Cornwall. Of course, just opposite, I don't know how many miles south of that, there's the equivalent one in France, whatever, Mont Michel or something. Anyway, so here we go. So yeah, and a lot of oyster beds out there actually. So there are lots of places around here selling oysters and other things, lots of other things actually. But today is Sunday, so it tends to make things a little busier, much busier. But anyway, there you go. So we're going to wander. And just as a denouement, Fils was telling me that those green boats there, they actually start from around the corner, not from here. And then in the background you see the ferry, and that will stop just over there as well, and that of course starts, well, the other end of it is over there, right next to the streetcar and the JR trains. So this is a slightly different perspective here. The other thing here as well, like if you look here, or like this one, you can see the light there, and they've all got that. So presumably at night time, when it's all lit up and dark, it's quite pleasant. It looks as though they go all the way down there and all the way around there and all over the place actually. So yeah, we'll probably try and hang around till night time. Just don't want to miss the last ferry though, so we're gonna have to find out what time that is. Oh, and I should also say there's 2 ferries from here. There's this one, this short one here, and then from the same port there's a ferry that sort of heads off in a northeast direction, and it goes to a place that's the end of another public transport, streetcar or JR train or whatever, that also goes into Hiroshima. Now that is a longer distance, that ferry, so apparently it's like 1,000 or something, 1,000 yen, whereas this one's like 180. Although, can I tell people this?
Yeah.
We didn't actually pay, and it wasn't our fault. You know, we were just in the queue with all the school kids and everything, and we're just following them because we didn't know which way to go. And then, you know, we end up on the ferry and thinking, okay, well, maybe we pay at the end when we leave. But that wasn't so either. So, but we did later on, you know, when we had left the station, we did see like there's scanning things where you put your card if you're paying that way. But we didn't actually see that when we left because all the school kids were in the way. So that wasn't intentional. It just, you know, happened, right? Anyway, I just wanted to say a final something. Because some of you all should know this, but there may be exceptions. But of course, you know, the tides change every day. You know, the low tide is not going to be in the morning at 7:19 every morning, right? I mean, you know, tides change. So over there on one of the booths, it did have the low tides and the high tides for today, and of course every day it's going to be, you know, difference of a couple of minutes here and there. So that's something to bear in mind. Actually, I don't know if it's on a website. Yeah, but it's just something to think. But you know that, honey, right? How many low tides are there every day?
No, 2.
And high tides?
2.
See, did I teach you that?
No.
Oh, what?
Well, you know why I know?
No.
Because the table today had 2.
Ah, but if you hadn't read that, would you have known? You would have known, right?
Yeah, I would have guessed. Only because I know that I've heard 2 tides.
All right. Okay.
But
Here's
I would
another.
have guessed. But
Okay.
why are they 2? Why are there 2?
It's all to do with the moon. The moon.
Oh.
Okay. Here's the other thing. Okay. North is at the top. South is at the bottom. What's on the left-hand side?
If north is up and south is
Yeah.
down. East.
That's on your right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure, because many years ago you wouldn't have known that.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Oh, never eat shredded wheat.
Or never eat soggy waffles.
Oh, very good. Never eat soggy waffle, everybody. Well, this is a bit different. 4 hours ago, well, maybe 3.5, we were over there. We'd walked from around here, and we can see what Nash is doing now. And you can see what we can do now that there's no way we could do that a few hours ago. It's about
Might have a
5:30.
drone.
It's about 5:30, so it means it's about, oh, there's a drone up there. Which means it's about just under 2 hours to the when the tide is furthest out. But as you can see, as it is right now, it's still okay. So, feel like going for a wander?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. There you go. All right. And then, okay, that sign says, "Do not wade out under any circumstances, any time." Yes, sir. All right. And yeah, there's as I mentioned before, there's a lot of oyster beds around here. And I guess when the tide's out, that's the time when they go and collect the oysters. Looks like a heron over there, right? Something like that. Would you say that's a heron?
I'm not sure about I think so.
Something like that, eh? Anyway, right, and you know, those boats we saw, those little canoe type boats with the people with the Vietnamese type hats, you know, they were, you know, just in front of us now. And this does remind me of the tides in Jersey, Guernsey, Channel Islands, and, you know, parts of England. Definitely, it's well, even the Bristol Channel and all that. Okay, there's that fella. Here we go. There's a couple of sandbars out there, and of course this is 2 more hours of the tide going out, so it's going to be a lot more sand exposed, I would think. Here we go. Look at that thing. Holy moly. Rock and rolly. Where's she going, Felicity? Wow. It's a bit different closer up, isn't it? Okay, why don't I get to be the closest one? Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Right, well, you can see that's the most you can see of this pillar. A bit more water to go away from these. I would think in a couple of hours you could see the entirety of the pillars actually. But anyway, I don't know if pillars is the right word for these things. And there we go. That's it. Wow. And we'd walked all the way around that coast actually. How about this? And of course, if the tide was actually coming in right now, I'd be thinking a little differently. And I think Feast and I were both waiting for all these, if it happens, all the lights to be lit up on those, I don't know what you want to call them, those pillar things. Because that would look quite nice, I should think, when it's dark and it's all lit up, if that's what they do. Anyway, let's head back here.
You better get it straight on.
Anyone seen an oyster-loving Californian? Where is she? Anyway. There we go. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, there she is. She's going around. I was just going to go across. Let's have a look at this. Oh, gonna get a little wet here. Well, I'd rather not. Could wait 20 minutes for all to disappear, I suppose. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna go across it. Yeah. There we go. Not too bad. Jeez. Okay, so that's the little beach we were at before, like a few hours ago. And there it is again. How about that? Impressive, isn't it? Okay, let's check it out from another angle. So if you do come here, you want to see this. So this is about just under 2 hours before the tide is furthest out. So you don't actually have to wait for the tide to be at its lowest, so to speak. And of course, the tide tables do change. They're not the same every day. There you go. Nicer beach than the ones in London, if you want to call them beaches. There she is. Judy calls. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, as you can see, lots of lights. Lots of lights. Including these 4 big ones there. And they're shining onto the shrine there. And the smaller ones, they're lighting up the banks on this side. And past the temple there. And again, you can see the smaller lights on the other side. And looks like 5 of the big lights. Because here we got 5. We got 5 of the big ones. And they're all shining onto the shrine there. So we're going to go out. Now it's about 6:15, so we're just over an hour until the tide is furthest out. There was a deer here a few seconds ago. I don't know where that went. Anyway, so Let's follow this along. Okay, there is Naj, aka Beasts. Pardon me? Oh yeah, check this out. Reflection of the gate. Oh, well, this iPad's not picking it up too well. Honey, can you just hold this? Can you just hold this for a few seconds?
Take a
and
photo?
talk about oysters or something.
Okay guys, so we're here at the gate. You can see the reflection. It's not completely low tide yet. I did notice shells, and the birds out must be scavenging. You can see the boats in the background. And, you know, obviously it's getting a bit colder now. And we are going to go out as the tide has gone out even more. And here's the
Receded.
man. Receded.
That is the word, like.
There's the word.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we're gonna follow this. This would be the southerly. This has got to be the eastern bank. No, because north is up there. Well, maybe this is southern and that's east and that's north-ish. Anyway, so yeah, all the lights are lit, and of course makes me think about the Albert Bridge and the Chelsea Bridge in London. From a distance, look great, it looks fine, and when you get closer, you see a lot of the bulbs have blown, but not so here. Everything seems intact. So, we are walking back down to the bay, minus water, so we got to be a little careful because it's dark. And as I say, like normally, you know, low tide, this is the sort of time when I guess these fishing people are out picking up their oysters, and various birds and other things will be out looking for worms and whatever else they can find. Anyway, honey, just try and, if you can, look before you step. Because there's a couple of, I mean, it's not like quicksand or anything. Can't even see her through this iPad. She's out there somewhere. She's only about 15 yards away. Can't even see her. This iPad's useless. It really is. Look, I can't see you through this.
Really?
Honestly, you're just there. I'll just make you out a little bit.
Oh, there's a beautiful reflection.
There you are. Okay. So onwards. If you can, step on the high bits. Okay. Oh, it's a bit of safety up here, about 10 yards away. Okay. But if you're not sure, just in a straight line. But if you can, you know, step on the higher bits. Excuse. Hi. Okay. Now I think this is we're safe. Now, of course, we last walked out here almost an hour ago, and you kind of remember how the tide or the water level was then, and a few more people then as well. But anyway, Oh, we're gonna cross this. Oh, follow me, love. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait and help her across this, I think. Don't worry, love. I'll be here. Ay. Oh, there it is. Da-da-da. Looks good, doesn't it? Looks great. Don't worry about it. Just.
Thank you.
There you go. Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay,
Subscribers.
and there we go. Now, as we get closer, I'm going to have to zoom out. Oh, I am zoomed out. Oh dear. Oh my word. Time for a new iPad or something. Anyway, here we are, approaching it again. But with even less water than last time. See, now you can make out, maybe you can't, I can with my eyes, make out the base of all three pillars, which you couldn't do, 45 minutes ago, whenever it was. See? Well, maybe you can see. I can. Anyway. Yeah, see right here? And we can even go further, which of course we couldn't do 45 minutes ago. See sandbars out there and one out there. Anyway. Can't see a thing. I mean, you, not me. Yeah, some barnacles there. Look at that, see? This is the base.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here,
Say what?
Here, have one.
Oh no, don't worry about it. No one see.
Hands are so cold.
Yeah, I know, that's okay. Okay, now we got to find a way to cross this. See, I'm kind of okay with this, but Feast will often follow me, and well, sometimes she thinks differently than I do, and can get herself messed up a bit. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to go across here. I want to go across up there, really. Okay. I don't want to wait another, hour for the tide to go fully out. No, I don't think we can make this bit here. I mean, you can just run across quickly, right? And then you just, you could just, how you could prance across like a ballet dancer? Can do that, but what are you wearing? Are those waterproof? No. No, okay, you better not do it then.
Oyster shell.
Okay, honey, I'll find a place down here. Well, they probably started from that side. All right.
You can cross with those stones.
Okay. All right. Now listen, if you're getting bored with this, just put your mouse on the slider thing and slide it to the right until such time as you see the shrine again, which, as I'm speaking right now, not too sure when that'll be. Maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds. Ay, ay, ay. I just can't tell. See, it gets all squidgy, see? Okay. Oh dear, this is... Oh. Yeah, because... Yeah, I'm a little bit better with some of this kind of stuff than Feast is, and she's a bit more how can I put this, precarious, and clumsy, well, a little bit. Anyway, here we go. Wow, it's a nice view, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, that's it, the later, because this is February, come, June, July, August, it's all different, right? It's all daylight right now. and the tides will be slightly different as well. So you know, you have to take that into account, really. Perhaps more so this time of year than the summer, because you know, whilst the tide is where it is, it's darker. Although, say, the first low tide right now, I think this morning was something like 7:16 or 7:21, something like that. Not sure what time the first ferries start running. So yeah, one could always go on the other low tide. And normally they average about 12 hours difference. Although that kind of depends as well, right? I mean, it's all down to gravity and the moon and all of that. And there she is. Okay, so I think this is it, right, for what we want to tell our dear subscribers.
From Miyajima.
Do you have anything else you want to say about oysters?
I'd just like to say I had a lovely time with my honey, and it's really his idea that we're here, and you can see a beautiful reflection of the shrine now. And the oysters were delicious. I just didn't get to try raw, so I can't say it's the best I've had because I haven't had raw. But it was delicious.
Okay. So onwards, another World Heritage Site tomorrow.
Yeah, baby.
So stay tuned.